Good afternoon. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, Ross World. And officially, ladies and gentlemen, today we are in a recession. And I'm not here to tell you some false information, some fake information. No, we are essentially in a recession. And what does that mean for your money? What does that mean for your financial future? Now, everyone is spazzing out. Everyone is freaking out over what we call the essentials of life, right? You know, your toilet paper, your paper towels, your water, your, I don't know, disinfectant sprays, etc., because we don't want to catch coronavirus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the coronavirus is not going to always be here. Not be here in the sense of the pandemic that it has caused, right? Just like the flu came and it never left. COVID-19 may come and say, but we'll have vaccines and cures, whatever. But here's the thing, we are officially in a recession because of COVID-19. Now, some of you are probably asking, where are you coming up with this information? You know, what is your data that you put together, your research? Now, granted, anytime that you have inflation rates decrease, anytime you have federal interest rates lower, anytime you have private banks talking about that they're looking to limit loaning money, or they are limiting or even stopping loaning money, these are vivid and detailed signs of a recession. This is what you call 4K. You should be able to see it as clearly as day. And if me telling you these tall tale signs is not good enough information, well, don't listen to me. Okay, let's go over and let's look at some information that will possibly help you understand what I'm getting at. Okay, so look at this. Politico. Politico is a independent political engine that also gives you information, all sorts of types of information, but they're not Republican, they're not Democrat. I don't think they're independent. They try to stay neutral as possible, as far as I know. Now, U.S. airlines seek nearly $60 billion in bailout. Now, granted, on the House, they're talking about an $800 billion stimulus package to keep the economy running because of all the shutdowns. Okay, even Marriott called for a furlough, and all that they was going to do is provide medical coverage for their workers, but it wasn't going to pay them, right? Because they're losing all this money. Now we're talking about the U.S. seeks nearly $60 billion in bailout money. So let's see if they actually mention any of the airlines in here. I think it's American Airlines, and you have, what are the airlines they were talking about? I know we're talking about airlines and banks, but they were talking about a couple of airlines in here earlier that I was looking at. But anyway, this is from Politico.com, and you see American Airlines in the background. It says American Airlines ticket counter at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on March 13th. Empty. No one's flying, but this attendant is still here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on looking, guys, because I want you guys to have the information, and you have to go research, read, write a few notes down to understand, to get the bigger picture. It's kind of like a puzzle, right? You want to put that puzzle together. Okay, U.S. Economic outlook for 2020 and beyond. So they're talking about the U.S. economy appears to look healthy according to the key economic indicators. But here's the thing. Then they come down here and say, warning. Economic indicators tell you what's already happened, not what the future holds. So COVID-19 will have a negative impact on the economy. The disease is spreading so fast that the impact has not yet shown up in economic indicators, right? President Trump says, promise to increase economic growth to 4%. That's faster than it is healthy. Growth at the pace leads to overconfident, irrational exuberance. This creates a boom that leads to a damaging bust. Now, blah, 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 blah. Let's move on down to here. Here's some key indicators, ladies and gentlemen. The U.S. GDP growth was slow from 2.0 in 2020, from 2.2 in 2019. It will be 1.9 in 2021 and 1.8 in 2022, because all of this money, all of these businesses and corporations and small businesses that they have to stop or decrease their staff or shut down, they still have to pay for the building. They still have to pay for the electricity. And most of these people have their business and then they have their home. So they're highly in debt. So matter of fact, what are some key things that you can do right now in order, one, to survive, survive the recession? Slow your spending. That's right. All those videos I was talking about, live below your means. This is the time. This is the time to live below your means, ladies and gentlemen. You have to safeguard some cash, because you think you can go out and get some money from a bank here in the next couple of months. That may not be possible. The banks may say, well, we are in debt, and so we essentially can't give out any money. Well, you need money to do what? Pay your bills, because guess what? Your bill collectors, the original companies before it sold to bill collectors, but bill collectors are nonetheless people who are calling you and talking about their money. Isn't it amazing to you that people will ask for money knowing that nobody has any money? See, this is where you start safeguarding your cash. This is where you have that stash that I've talked about a couple of times in my video. Like, well, why you got money in your safe? Times like this. Times like this. Do I pray for times like this? No. Do I care for times like this? No. Because listen, if the economy is not making money, I'm not making money. But this is the opportunity. Unfortunately, I hate saying it both ways because it's a standing contradiction. It's opportunity, right? And it's also a great tragedy, because there's a lot of people who may go homeless. There's a lot of people who are going to get in greater debt than they were before. But in times of unfortune, people who have prepared themselves for these times and wasn't living paycheck to paycheck, these people are absolutely ready. They're absolutely ready for this. They've been, you know what? It's been 11 years. It's been 11. Wow, sorry about that. It's been 11 years from the last recession. I said it last year. We are due for a recession. And granted, could I predict COVID-19 happening and causing a recession? No, not at all. I have not done that at all, right? But this is the time that you actually start to safeguard some money. You have to. Because if you think you can go out and do your regular spending, or you spend all your money on all the essentials, right? Your toilet paper, your paper towels, your water, this, that, and the other. Now, granted, if you're a person that's like me, that essentially buy things in bulk, like 3 or 4 lotions, 3 or 4 baby washes, 4 or 5, 6, 7 deodorants. Now, I live by myself. So if you have a family, I'm pretty sure you have a lot more. But take, for instance, right? I'm in a grocery store the other day, and I'm looking at the counters. I'm about to pick up something. It's pretty heavy. I'm in a grocery store the other day, and I'm looking at the water. I'm like, there's no water, except no one buying these. No one is buying these, maybe because it's heavy. But they're 5 gallons. I got a couple of them, right? This about, if I ration my water, right? I got a military background. If I ration my water, I got 10 gallons, I got about 12 gallons of water. And some of you are like, well, most people don't even drink a gallon a day. I drink a gallon of water a day. So you're talking about 10 days. Oh, no. Hold up. I got a bottle for you. So with this bottle I drink, it's a gallon of water. But if I'm gonna ration my water, right, I'm gonna probably drink about this much water a day. That's it. What is, oh, that's 5 p.m. We got 40 ounces. No, that's not, I'm sorry, that's not ounces. Yeah. 40 ounces. That's all I'm gonna drink. That's all I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna drink 40 ounces a day. And I'm gonna ration off my water. I sure am. But here's another thing. I'm on a roll like Cottonelle. I've been made for all this. That's a Drake verse. I got toilet paper. I do. I got toilet paper. Unfortunately, I think I got too much toilet paper. Okay. And I've had this before COVID-19 was even a thing. And everybody's going crazy. I'm like, yo, I got all paper towels. I got all that, right? So here's a nugget. And I hate to do this. I hate to give this information out. But some of you are going to be okay because you can work from home and you can still make money. So let me give you some tips right here, some COVID-19 side hustle. This is a COVID-19 side hustle. This is it right here. If everybody is fighting over water, toilet paper, baby Pampers, and a toilet tissue, guess what? Sell a roll of toilet paper. Sell a roll of toilet paper for 25 to 50 bucks. I know you like, he crazy. No, I'm not. If people are going to go crazy and freak out, go onto your local blogs, your Facebooks and all of that and sell your toilet paper per roll, 25 to 50 bucks. Sell your paper towels anywhere from 75 to 100 bucks because you can use paper towel, especially like soft paper towel like that. You wet it a little bit. You can use it as toilet paper. You can use it as disinfectant wipe. You can use, paper towels for pretty much anything. Some $75 to $100. Was anybody buy it? I hope not. I hope they're not dumb enough to buy some paper that expensive. And then the water jugs, like that cost me $7. I'm selling that for 30 to 40 bucks. Okay. Right. And granted, you got to ration out how long you think this thing is going to take. But eventually things are going to come back in balance and you could actually profit from it. I know, horrible, but if people want to go out there and freak out like that and buy up everything, then the people, right? The people are going to pay that price. Now, some people say only the strong will survive. That's what they say. Well, my new saying is only those with supplies will survive. Only those with supplies will survive, right? Let me read some of your notes. Steve Gardner says, make a list of bills, call anyone that is a debt and ask for patience on repayment. For example, Visa may allow you to pay a smaller amount or may lower your interest rates for 60 days. Good information, Stephen. Also, 8 cups a day is healthy. In times of hardship, you can live on much less, especially if you aren't exercising or out in the heat. And my thing is I exercise. So I'm, excreting more fluids out my body. So I might even have to slow that depending on how things are. Like I said, I may drink only 40 ounces a day and I'm still thirsty because a person who's drinking a gallon a day, you cut it down significantly, like 80% is ridiculous. Like what a gallon is 120 ounces. So this thing about the ways how to survive. Can Killer says, I bought 5 shares of NEO. Thanks for the info. Not a problem. Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen. We're not done talking about this recession because if you don't think it's a recession, I want you to knock yourself in the head and understand where we are, okay? I want you to understand where we are. I got some more information because I want you guys to read this, right? So it says right here, it says unemployment increases during business cycle recessions and decreases during business cycle expansion recoveries. Inflation decreases during recessions and increases during expansions. So one of the key indicators was the inflation rate dropping to 1.9, right? From 1.9, 2.0. That's a sign, that's an indicator of a recession. Airlines asking for bailouts. That's a sign of recession. Banks private banks, not federal banks, private banks are talking about limiting loaning out money, limiting actually investing. These are all indicators of recession. See, we have to be really, this is the time where you have to be smart, because I would like to think on a billionaire's perspective, right? Because billionaires want more. They want more billions, right? Because here's the thing. People talk as though these billionaires, how they got their money, but they never tell you that they actually like money, because they like money. They don't need to tell you that they like money, because they have billions of dollars to tell you they like money. So what are the rich people doing? What are the billionaires and millionaires doing? They're going out and they're buying stocks. They're going out and they're buying real estate. Okay. Here's oh my gosh, this is the time where your credit score has to be in shape, right? Because they're lowering the rates of loans because they want some revenue back. Like, okay, we give you a virtual loan. Here's the thing about loans. This is funny. I'm gonna tell you this. I did a video, I think it was late last year, with my brother Keith. And my brother Keith, we're talking about how money is fake. And if you want to look at, what's his name? Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Forgot his name. I forgot his name. That's a shark. Of Asian descent, but I forgot his name. Robert Kiyosaki. That's his name. Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He talked about how money is fake. I want you to think about it like this. If you ever bought a house or you ever bought a car, did you ever see money? I'm waiting. I'll wait. Did you ever see money? That's what I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. Did you ever see money? I don't think so, right? Everything is either done virtually or by paper, but money never changes hands. See, the notion that money is real is what some people may call a figment of your imagination. And and the reason why they say that is because you believe something is real and you can't see it. That's good, ain't it? I know. You never really thought about it like that. So right now, banks are lowering the interest rates on money you never see. But with this money you never see, right? Because who knows, the bank is just saying, hey, we're saying that we got this much money, go out and pay for this. They paid those people, and then you're paying back with interest. Here's the time you go out and make money. Here's the time you go out and get those loans and buy your rental properties. This is the time to go out and buy 2 houses and flip them and make some money. This is the time to go out and look at a business spot that you're like, you know what? I want a brick and mortar business because I'm baking biscuits. I'm doing sandwiches. I'm doing computer help desk. I'm teaching people computers. I need a small little spot. This is the time for those people who have been saving up their money, waiting for an opportunity. The time is here. Now, would I go out today? No, I will start looking today. Whatever it may be, whatever sector, would it be commodities, precious metals, real estate? This is the time that you need to start looking, because at one point the economy was booming so fast, and people called it last year. Investors, financial managers, people on Wall Street, they called it last year. They said the economy is booming so much, so fast, it's going to bust. And that is what happened. No one could predict a virus like COVID-19. Now, there's a conspiracy theory going out from China, no less. They're saying that the U.S. Army, I'm not reading, I'm doing something else. They're saying that the U.S. Army has put this virus out. They infected the world, the U.S. Army, not the U.S. Marines, not the U.S. Air Force, not the U.S. Navy, but the U.S. Army. So I'm just going to say the U.S. military. That's who China is blaming, right? Now, I don't know if that's the Chinese government or a faction within the Chinese government or independence group from China, just trying to throw shade so people like everyone's beating up on China. Anyway, this is how we have to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the opportunity for success. Now, granted, if you are on the other spectrum where you like, hey, I'm just trying to bunker down, I'm just trying to survive, I can't think about really making no money. I'm out of work. So this is the information I gave out the other day. You have to essentially go and see what federal and state and local programs they have for relief. And in times like this is also an opportunity for me to tell you in this trying time, this is what you should have been prepared for. This is a tough talk because I don't like to step on people's neck while they're down. I don't like to smack the other cheek when one cheek got smacked. I don't like to do it. But sometimes it's actually healthy, long-term, not short-term, long-term, to tell people this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Live below your means, save your money, invest safely in index funds. And now some new information with cash value permanent life insurance with Stephen Gardner. See, and the reason why I'm using him is because that's the only person I know who actually contacted me and let me know about it. And here's the thing, I don't promote a lot of people on my channel as far as their business is concerned. So yeah, I had to fact check Stephen, and I did. As far as the information is concerned, he's very legitimate. So with that, look at those videos. We did one yesterday, and we're talking about doing real estate using your own money. Using your own money that you put in a permanent life insurance cash value account that you can take out without penalty, essentially. Without penalty. It won't go on your credit report. It won't affect your credit score. This is the information I've been giving you for the last 3 years for times like this. So people who have their credit score and you live in an apartment, guess what? Go out and look for your house now. Think about this. If your credit score is above 620, did you know you can go out and buy a good house right now? Yeah, I'm not lying to you. All right, let me read some of your notes. Ruby says, great info, and I love your humor. Some people hate it, yeah. But thank you, Ruby. Stocks for pet foods, exactly. Xbox and PS4 are good stocks. I was just playing Madden. We had this great game. He had San Francisco. I had San Francisco. I scored 52 points. He scored 24 points. I put him in that 50 club, if any of you Madden players out there know. Anyway, Can Cliff says no. Stephen Gardner says no. Let's see what else we got. Car is worth flipping. I'm thinking about buying one from a towing auction, okay? Can Cliff said COVID beef patties. I don't know what he's talking about. Amazon Prime can deliver toilet paper for 2 hours. I might thinking about selling it. Indeed, you can actually sell it to your neighbors. They'll probably buy it $10, $20 a roll. Stupid. Anyway, Willie Mae says, greetings, hope everyone is well. What's the name of the website where you buy your precious metals? Run the game. Now, I buy mine from a website called Apex, apex.com, I believe, but it is APEX. And if you look at that, then you'll understand that you'll be at your apex. Anyone want to get the wordplay on apex? Anyway, all right. I can't increase my credit over 805 for some reason. Can killer. You don't need a credit score over 805, bruh. You don't. It only goes to 850, right? When you hit 720, you can pretty much do anything with your credit. Okay, you'll get some of the lowest interest rates with those what they call A1 perfect credit. So go out, buy a house, buy a double wide trailer, rent it out. I don't know, flip it, live in it, do something. This is a time for opportunity. Unfortunately, this is the time for opportunity. Again, the stock market is on sale. The stock market is on sale. This is the time that you actually make some money. Market correction / recession, it's all the same. Now, the reason why, let me clarify that. It's not all the same. A market correction is not the same as a recession. A market correction could be the market goes down 70 points. Okay, the market is down 200 something points. Key indicator, recession. Airlines are asking for bailouts. Key indicator, recession. Private banks are limiting funding, or eventually will limit funding and loaning out money. Indicator, recession. All of these recession. Feds are cutting interest rate on real estate. Boop, recession. People are losing their jobs. Boop, recession. All these are indicators, ladies and gentlemen. These are indicators. Businesses and small businesses are limiting people coming to work or not telling them to come to work. Boop, recession. It doesn't matter if it's COVID-19, the reason why they're not going. The point is they're not going. And these are indicators, first and foremost, of a recession starting. And now that we are in a recession, but that's why people are saying it's going to get worse before it's going to get better. That is because we are in a recession, right? We were here, now we're on the down, and we have to get further, however it takes us long to get out of this, hit rock bottom, and then we will slowly to incline. So right now, not right now, but right now is the time to do your research about businesses, stocks, data, anything that you want to do with your money that's going to make you money. As yesterday, we were talking about what's good and bad debt. Good debt makes you money like real estate. Bad debt, like credit cards, don't make you money. You just pay money with interest. Okay. So know the difference between good debt and bad debt. And right now, this is the time for you to take those opportunities to watch those videos, to get the information, right? And don't freak out. Now, as a single guy with tons of cottonelle and toilet paper and paper towels, I have my cash app below. And if you want a $50 roll of, if you want a $50 roll of toilet paper, I'll sell it to you free with shipping. But one roll, not a package, one roll, $50. If you want paper towels, put in a purchase order with me. I'll sell it for $75 since you're looking at my video. I'm not kidding. I will sell it to you for that amount if you really want it. And some of you are like, you are taking advantage of people in need. Unfortunately, this is the message I'm trying to get across to you, that this is what entrepreneurs, this is what rich people do. They take advantage of the situation. See, essentially, we understand that situations have people behind them, right? We understand that, right? But rich people don't look at people, unfortunately. Most rich people don't look at people. They look at this. This is what they look at, ladies and gentlemen. They don't look at people. They look at the situation. They look at the situation, right? So let's take, for instance, that the circle is a situation, and look what's inside. Oh, I see the situation. I only see money. This is a time where liquid cash means something and precious metals mean something, because the situation, and they can see money in it. Those people have been setting themselves up waiting for a recession, because like clockwork, and I said it, every 10 to 12 years, there's a recession. No one knows that COVID-19 was going to do this, but it happened. And some of you are like, man, you know, people are really doing this. Where are the decent people in the world? Well, granted, I want you to look at it like this. If I had this for my own supply, I'm just using this as an example. I have, the toilet paper, the water, and the paper towels. If I sell you my stash, if I sell you my product, I can put a price on whatever I want. And whoever the highest bidder is will get it. And then that's how you make profit. You get what I'm trying to say? Because I'm taking away from myself. So if I were to buy more, I would have to buy it at a top price. I would have to buy it at a lower price than what I sold it for you. So I continue to buy it and sell it. This is called products, right? This is called ROI, return on my investment. This is what everybody is doing. When you went in there and you bought all the shelves of all the toilet paper and water and peppers, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you go on Amazon, you go on eBay, they are increasing the prices of these very limited items. They can't even keep things on the shelves in the grocery stores, in your Walgreens, your Rite Aids, your CVS's. They can't keep things on the shelves, but they're raising the prices. I'm trying to give you the information that will help you later on in life. Let's see here. Apex is where buy my laptop battery. No, look up Apex Precious Metals, can killer. Stephen Gardner says we can't control the U.S. economy, but we control our own by living within our means, controlling our debts, and having a solid saving and investment program. Truly, I agree 100%. Can Killer says spend less on BS, spend more on stocks. I wish I had stocks for family court. Willie May says Stephen Gardner, hope all is well. What is your website address? Okay. Let's see. No, I don't want to. Let's see. All right. So, Stephen, he wants you to put in your website address. Killer says, imagine if we had stocks for alimony. Okay. He put in, okay. Isn't Ray great? Wait a minute, Stephen, what are you doing? You're asking a question. Isn't Ray great? Exclamation point, question mark. I don't know. Anyway, Dolly Smith said, I saw $13 toilet paper. $13. You know what? Was it good? Was it good toilet paper? I could be a salesman. Excuse me, hold up. This is how you do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have your Cardinal toilet paper here. We have 1,665 rolls of the most cushioned, soft, tush, wiping toilet paper that you ever seen in your life. This roll right here is only going for $20. They will go up as supplies are limited. Supplies are limited, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to sell this price for $20, going for 20, got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 25, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes, this is going for $35. Sold to the man with the black hat. That's how it's going to be. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at a movie called Demolition Man. A Demolition Man. Remember they were using seashells to wipe their... I got plenty of seashells and candles. Yes. Anyway, let's move right along. I got some more information to show you guys because I like to give out great information so you guys don't essentially freak out, okay? So I'm going to share my screen again. Here we go. A recession is likely, say economists and even President Trump. What does it mean? Now, a lot of you may say President Trump lies a lot. President Trump is stupid. President Trump is this. Whatever you think about the man, let me tell you about the man. He loves money just like everybody else. He loves money like everybody else. He did things that are, in my opinion, ethically and immorally to help the U.S. economy to boom the way it did. So now, if he's talking about a recession and the economists are talking about a recession, I just want to let you know, ding, 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 we are in a recession. We are in a recession, right? Trump knows U.S. may end up in a recession. It's not science. It's math. It's math. We are in a recession. Okay. See, the classic definition of a recession is 2 or more quarters during which the economy shrinks. Typically, a contraction is accompanied by rising layoffs, falling incomes, declining consumer spending, and less production of goods and servicing, ranging from dry cleaning to the manufacture of new autos. Let's talk about this one thing right here. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just talk about it very briefly. Now, they're saying 2 quarters of the economy shrinking, rising layoffs. It's been happening. Falling incomes. It's been happening. Except, I'll tell you one company, they're actually raising their income. I'll tell you that. Declining consumer spending. As I am giving you the information, telling you to limit your spending, key sign, because things are drying up. Spending less, production of goods and service ranging from dry cleaning to the manufacture of new autos. Now, here's the thing. They make autos where? In a warehouse, in a manufacturing plant. They call them plants, but it's basically a big warehouse that hundreds of people work in. So you're trying to do social distance and limit, the virus spreading, then half the workforce may go in and build that car. So that means that the production of goods are slowing because all these goods, water and toilet paper, all that, everything in the supermarket except food, they're going through warehouses to be made and packaged, right? So if you only have half the people working, then the rate of those products are slowed. Then, because they're not getting enough product to meet their quarterly profit margins, then guess what? They have to lay people off because they can't pay them. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I'm gonna give you that company who raised the salary for people to come to work. But let's go to another indicator of the economy in a recession. So, share my screen again. This is CNN. It says right here, the global coronavirus recession is beginning.
You worked in the Trump White House. You were his lead economist. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is downplaying if you worked in the Trump White House, you were his lead economist. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is downplaying the risk of a recession. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers says 85 to 90% chance there is a recession and it won't be mild. And Gary Cohn, who worked with you at the White House, says we're already in a recession. Are we in or heading to a recession?
Right. I think that the odds of a global recession are close to 100% right now. I think in the U.S., we're going to have a very terrible second quarter. We just at the Lindsay Group, we just ran the numbers carefully over the weekend, and we think second quarter is going to be about -5%. And we think the jobs number in early April might be, as much as -1 million or so, because there are going to be a lot of nobody's going to get hired next week in the survey. So the point is just that you're going to have one really bad quarter. If you're going to have a recession, then you're going to have two bad quarters. And I think that's going to depend on whether we get ahead of the curve on coronavirus, and that's a big unknown right now.
Okay, Kevin, a lot of news there. Not only did you say close to 100% chance we have a global recession, but you think we will lose 1 million jobs in April?
It's a very, very hard thing to figure. But basically what happens in the job market is that the gross flows in and out of work are much bigger than the net. And so that there are millions and millions of people who are hired and fired every month. And then that 200,000 number you see is the net. If it's positive, then that means there are more hires than fires. And the issue is just that we think that next week or the survey week, there are going to be basically no hires, but there'll probably be a normal amount of fires. And if that happens, you're looking at one of the biggest negative jobs numbers that we've ever seen. Now, of course, that would hopefully reverse itself quickly if we get ahead of the curve on this. But there's a whole bunch of really bad numbers coming in. And I think that's why the market is responding the way it is right now to the Federal Reserve's action. I think the market understands that the Fed, with its hundreds of economists, has really started to think about the numbers that are coming in and is really sure they're going to be terrible, which is why they did this extraordinary action.
So 100% chance. That is what this guy said. He said there is a 100% chance that we go into a recession. 100% chance. 100% chance. Now, Steven says, I don't drink, but having some alcohol to bother would be smart. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's a good point, Steven, because alcohol is going to be important because some people are just going to need it. I'll tell you this. If you guys are drinking heavily during this time, then you're making your body more susceptible to the coronavirus. You're damaging your immune system. You're weakening your immune system as you're drinking, whatever it is you're drinking, your alcoholic beverage. You're damaging your immune system. So if you are eating healthy fruits, all that good stuff, then you turn up at night drinking, you're damaging your immune system. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, this is the opportunity to buy. Protect yourself, stay safe, and buy. It's already in. Look, you're going to say, Ross World told me this back on March 17th, that we was in a recession on a Tuesday. That's right. Because damn what they say, ladies and gentlemen, anytime the market drops the way it does, anytime airlines are asking for bailouts, anytime the Fed slashes interest rate to zero, they just want people to pay back their money. Like, listen, hey, man, no. This is what they did. The feds came to him like this. He said, hey, you know that money you owe me? Don't worry about it. Just give me what you owe me. We don't want any interest back on the money, because we understand that the times you're in are hard, and you can't even pay back the money you owe us. So damn the interest. We just want our money back. And if you don't pay our money back, we're gonna come in your house. We ain't gonna do nothing because we the federal government, but we want our money back. So that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. They cut interest rate to zero. Pretty soon, private banks are no longer going to give any money out. So that's what I say, do your research. And by mid-April, you should be trying to buy something, really. Because after mid-April, if it get worse with the economists, CDC, the World Health Organization, everybody saying it's going to get worse before it get better, this is when you buy. Now, granted, there may be some barriers, right? There may be some hurdles in the way of you buying because 25, 35, 50% of the workforce is only working. But there's still individual people, real estate agents, some bankers, individual banks, private banks are still doing business because during a recession, people are still making money. Don't think nobody's making money. No, you're the one who's not making any money. You're the one who has depended on your job solely for income. That's why people always beating you across the head talking about multiple streams of income, multiple streams of income, multiple streams of income, diversified. Maybe you didn't hear me. Multiple streams of income, multiple streams of income, diversified. That is what everybody has been talking about for a very, very long time. Killer Clan says all cleaning supplies has decent resale value. Eat fruits and tell women you have no money. Dolly Smith is laughing. Me too, Dolly. And matter of fact, listen, hey guys, I'm not, I'm a fool. Let me put my disclaimer out. I am a fool. You might just want to say, hey, ask a girl out on a date, and she like, well, these are bad times. I don't think it's the time to go out. You may have the coronavirus. The only thing you need to do, I need a prop for this one. I'm sorry. I wish I had this prop ready. And she like, nah, this is a hard time. Got the coronavirus going out. And you go like this. You sure? and she like, oh yeah, I'll go on a date with you. Oh man, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not a laughing matter, but I couldn't help it. But anyway, I think I covered all my notes that I wanted to tell you guys about. We are truly in a recession. I told you about Marriott. They furloughing people. They're just paying their medical coverage. They're not even paying people. Banks eventually will stop lending if things don't turn around. The Feds has slashed and dropped their interest rates. And this is the time to go out and buy a business. This is the time to go out and buy your first home. If, especially if you're working from home, you're still generating income. People in the medical profession, they're still working, right? They're working from home. Nurses have to go in, doctors have to go in. So they're still getting paid. Okay, they're still getting paid because the world can't stop because of this one virus. And this virus, believe it or not, is not as deadly. I want to do a quick search before I get offline here because I really want to debunk a lot of myths about the coronavirus, right? And I'm just going to do some quick research to let you guys know. Okay, now this is coming from, says lower death rate estimates for coronavirus provide glimmer of hope. Now, and then on the other hand, I see another news title said Italy's coronavirus death toll surges past 2,500. So 2,500 people in Italy has already died from the coronavirus. Okay, but I think it's imperative that you guys do your research on the cure rate. Basically, the cure rate of coronavirus is about 3.4%. I've read that and I also read 1%. So I like to go with the higher number when you're talking about something like this. And I'm actually looking at Business Insider. So I'll share that with you, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see this really quickly. Let's see. They won't let me. This is what I hate when you're trying to do this stuff here. All right, I'll try to fix this. Okay, I'll try to fix this as I'm talking to you guys. I don't want you to look at me playing around here. But anyway, this is the time that you need to take those precautions in place that we talked about financially. Because listen, you have enough information of protecting yourself when it comes to COVID-19. You have enough information. A guy who's not in the medical field or in the virus, the biotech world or medical anything dealing with viruses, you don't need information for that, right? You have enough information. Just turn on any news channel, look on any web page nowadays, and they're giving you the protection things in order for you to protect yourself against COVID-19. Okay, so I'm reading from The Guardian, and they're talking about that the rate for the coronavirus is 3.4%. Now, they are using a ratio of 1,000 people. Okay, so I'm trying to get to this other site. It's the Business Insider. I really like the site, but I keep getting pop-ups, and it's making me go crazy. So let me see if I can get inside of it. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right, it says coronavirus death rate is roughly 3.4%, but that doesn't tell the full story. Here's everything we know so far about how deadly it really is. So I like to read information like this. See, you have to read information from different sources because you will start seeing information line up where everybody at least are agreeing on 2 to 3 things. When you have different, whether it be news or medical sites agree on 3 to 4 things, then those are most likely true. When you hear these outlandish things, you have to wait for those things to be legitimized, verified, etc. Right? And reading information like this actually helps you with the numbers. Okay, total deaths global 7,300, confirmed cases 185,000, countries 155 countries. United States 85 total deaths, confirmed cases 4,600, states 49, probably missing Hawaii or something. I don't know. And all of this is just math, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to see the ratio, let me do the math on the side. Hey, hey, Steven, you still in the chat? Can you do that math for me right here? So we got 461 cases, 85 deaths. Just do a little multiplication for your percentage. Boom. Hopefully Steven puts that in the chat for me if he's still here. I'm gonna move right along, ladies and gentlemen. So they're making, now I saw the governor of New York on early this morning, and he was talking about how there's only 53,000 beds, New York statewide, 53,000 beds. And then out of those 53,000, only 30,000 are considered to be ICU. But the projection and pathway of this virus actually going, or what some people may say the trajectory is moving upward, that they're going to need anywhere from 55,000 to 110,000 beds. And that is just for New York State. Okay. The WHO director says that the death rate was far higher than that of the seasonal flu, which kills about 0.1% of those infected. So this makes me go back to someone at my job talking about, oh, it's just a cold, it's just a flu. And I'm like, you're not a medical professional. You don't know. No one knows. This is a new strand of the flu. That's why it has a different name. Now, granted, here's the thing. I think this is something totally different. I think it has flu-like symptoms, but it's something totally different because people working at the CDC, people working at the WHO would say this is a different strand of the flu. No, they're giving it a different name. Let me tell you something about viruses that I know. Again, I have a little background in it. And when a virus mutates, it becomes a different strand, but the core base of it, DNA, RNA, is essentially COVID. Let's say, for instance, let's take the flu. Let's take the flu. If it mutates, the core base structure of it is still the regular flu. And that's how they can identify this is a different strain that is mutated. So it's kind of like someone in disguise. Like, hey, here's Ross World, but now, like, okay, boom, now they have on the skies. Wait, hold up. Well, no, that's not Ross World. So you overlook it, right? They say, let's go back to the core base structure of it, right? Let's go back to the core base structure of the virus. It's a mutation. I'm just giving you that information. But anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. I'm going to read some of your notes and I'm going to get out of here. It says, I tell feds I sign with cash money. Don't do it. Dolly Smith says, not the taller paper. Robert Ducam laughing his butthole. Is this a good time to refinance student loans? Why not? Go out, do your research, especially if they're federal student loans. If anything, if you got a big chunk of money sitting in a bank and the feds have zeroed out the interest rates, that means they're not making money off their money. This is the time to drop, boom, and pay off all your debt. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you have been keeping your credit card expenses low, because for people who are financially hurting, people who will be financially hurting, the only thing that you're going to have is credit. So hopefully your credit cards are not maxed out. Hopefully you have been a great steward of your finances and been paying off your credit cards every month prior to them applying interest, the interest on it. I always mess up certain words. Anyway, Stephen Garten says, it's important during hard times to keep a good attitude and a sense of humor. It is. Robert Ducan says, do you think that this is the right time to buy foreclosed homes? Yes. This is the time right now because the recession essentially started yesterday, but I'm officially saying that it started today. I will give it a week or two. Do your research now. I'll give it a week or two, then look into really buying property. Okay. And Stephen Gardner says from the math that we looked at, it is 0.018. Okay. 0.018. So the flu, right? They said that the flu killed 0.1%. They're saying COVID-19 is killing 0.018%. So slightly higher than the flu, but we're still not at 1%. Y'all want to see that again? I'm gonna look at, I know I'm about to go, but I want you guys to look at it just one more time so you understand the math behind it, okay? So you understand the math behind it. Right. So we're looking at the US, right? You can look at the world, you can do that percentage as well. You got 85 deaths in the US, 4,661 people having in 49 states. Now, what they said up here, let me look for it. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. It says the death rate was far higher than that of the seasonal flu, which kills about 0.1%. They said slightly, okay? Well, no, they didn't. They said far higher. And when they mean far higher, you know, excuse me for misspeaking there. When they say far higher, it's still not even 1%. Okay, it's still not 1%. And the only reason why I'm giving this information, ladies and gentlemen, is for you not to freak out. That's it. Protect yourself, strengthen your immune system, eat good food, lower your meat intake, okay? Lower your meat intake, increase your veggies, increase your fruit intake. And if you have any natural supplements, your multivitamins, take that. I want to say drink plenty of water while water is still on the shelves. But listen, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you got tap water in some places are fine. If you still got electricity and or gas, you can boil your tap water. So let's not freak out about that, okay? Let's not freak out about other people out here just drinking water, spring water too, while you're in your homes freaking out about bottled water or not. You can always boil it because I'll sell all my water and I'll just all the boil the rest and make money off of it. But anyway, yeah, Stephen Gardner says no, West Virginia, no cases yet. Yeah, they don't have any cases because all of them live in caves. I'm kidding. That's a West Virginia joke. And matter of fact, I went to school in West Virginia, so I can make that joke for any West Virginians out there. Okay, that was just a joke. Say flu killing more, but COVID-19 needs more data. I agree. And last but not least, Robert Duquesne says, thanks for the info. I wonder how your millionaire friends feel about the recession. I'm gonna tell you what my millionaire friends are doing. I went on one of their Facebooks today, and he gave some information about what's going on. But at the end of the day, he did this. Well, that's what he did with me. And he said, I'm about to buy some property. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, Ross World. Learn money and be inspired. I'm out.